Hello everyone, I wanted to go ahead and record a lecture for you guys today. Chapter 5 is a very, very interesting chapter. It talks about our privacy and how the internet kind of sacrifices that privacy. I wanted you to take a look at this graph I have up on my computer. Now there's a lot of different graphs that I looked at and they're all pretty much the same. This represents the millions of people incarcerated in America, meaning in jail or in prison, in 1920 versus today. Now, obviously, we've had population increase, which I feel is reflected by, the upswing between 1920 and 1980. But look at what happens 1980, 1990, 2000. Look at the exponential growth of the people in jail or in prison. And I feel a lot of that has to do with surveillance and everything is now, most communications that you make are written down, and it is being used as evidence in courts. So I want you guys to focus heavily and think about whether or not you completely agree with that being viable evidence in court, because certain things, obviously, if you have somebody on video beating somebody else up or something like that, then sure, I can see that as being viable evidence. But what if you're joking around with your buddy and sending text messages meant to be funny, and you two are getting along great, and they're meant to be a little bit ignorant, a little bit crude, and then 2 years down the road you two get into some sort of a knockdown drag out fight, and now all of a sudden he wants to be vindictive and try to get you prosecuted for something, and now he's pulling up all these text messages that you said years ago in good humor and making false claims against you. So that's where I think there needs to be a balancing point. That's something that we need to discuss. When is it okay to use evidence found in electronic media in the court of law? Facebook posts. Take, for example, you may have posted yourself at a party where you stayed at the guy's house or your friend's house months and months and months ago, and then all of a sudden you got a little bit tipsy and you got pulled over and got a DUI. Is the prosecuting attorney going to pull that image from all those months ago and say, oh well, look, it's an ongoing issue, when really it was a one-time isolated incident? So these are all things that I just want you guys to consider. Like, you have to be you have to be extraordinarily careful about what you post on Facebook, on MySpace, any of the social media websites, because it can all be used against you later on. You're in a group of people that you don't really know, and you take a picture with everybody, put it on Facebook, come to find out half of them are felons. How does that make you look? So we're going to have a discussion about this, and we are going to we're just going to kind of get each one another's opinions on what the standard should be for what can be accepted and what cannot be accepted, because this trend right here, you can't tell me that America just got that much worse that fast. The Chapter 5 describes the reason that this happened. It's just more evidence can be presented now because we are in the information era. So give that a thought, and I look forward to reading your discussion posts.